believer that Nigeria's potential must be unlocked. I don't buy any philosophy that tells me that I have to have policies that make other countries look good so that my people can be poor. I don't buy those kind of policies. Look, God has blessed Nigeria enormously. We've got water everywhere. We've got the sea. We've got, inland fishing. We can do also artisanal fishing. You've got aquaculture and things like that. Look, fish does not grow on sand. Fish grows in water, and we've got it. Norway and others that are we're exporting panga to us and so on. They're not growing on sand, they're growing, it is actually in the sea. And so we decided that we are going to reduce our import of fish, spending 97 billion naira importing fish, when you've got all the resources to actually significantly reduce that and create jobs. Doesn't make any sense. And so the policy is as follows. First and foremost is we are going to support aquaculture massively, because fish is what the low-income people really do, and even all of us actually need, because it has a lot of protein. But I want us producing and eating and processing our own fish in Nigeria. Secondly is the fact that we've got the sea there. We've got a lot of trawlers that come in, they sweep up all of our fish, way beyond the sustainable level of production that we can have. They deplete it, they take it all away, package it again in Europe, and send it back to us. You have the what is called a fish partnership agreement between the EU and African countries, which basically gives them unfettered access to our waters for them to take the fish out. China does the same thing, and then they package it and send it back to us. Now, I don't think that makes sense. In addition to that, take a look at what has happened in terms of investment in fish production in Nigeria. People are used over time. They've been used to just bringing in fish. For goodness sake, take Bangla, for example. Everybody says Bangla, but you go to Norway and ask the Norwegian what Bangla is. They don't know what it is. They feed it to livestock because it is actually dried. There's no omega-3 in it. It's like chaff. It's sold to us.
That's the stockfish.
Yes, and everybody's making noise that we should be importing more of it, and they feed it to livestock over there. So basically, our plan is as follows, that we're going to reduce our dependency on fish imports by 25% every year. Those that are going to be importing fish have to get into producing fish locally. There are certain classes of fish that is not produced in Nigeria. So that I understand that people want to bring that in, but not farm fish in Nigeria. Look, I believe that Nigeria ought to be self-sufficient in fish, because being surrounded by water and given so much water by God is for us to use it, and we've got to be smart. And this government this year, you're going to see a major push. We have a policy that says that over 4 years we are going to be self-sufficient in fish. There is nothing to be proud about, to say that, gee, look, I'm from Nigeria and we are one of the largest fish importing countries in the world. No, it doesn't make sense. And so what we are saying is that we must be able to at least make a significant amount of fish production locally. And I've said to all the guys in the fishing industry, fish is a fishy business, and we're going to have quite a lot of battles in this particular area. But I am determined that under this president, you go to Bayelsa, what do they have? South, what do they have? They have water everywhere. We've got to be producing fish, man. And that is why, by the way, the president supported us last year to do what we had never really done, which is to support fishermen, fisher folks for the first time. The growth enhancement scheme, the electronic wallet, we started it for fisher folks last year. And what are we giving them? We're giving them fingerlings free of charge. We're giving them fish feed free of charge. We're giving them nets. We're giving them also treatment for their water, and we're also giving them outboard, motor engines for their boats. And we're registering all of the fisher folks in Nigeria. And we are determined that also we will deal with the issue of sea piracy, where people just come here and destroy all our trolleys. So we are very serious that we will become self-sufficient, and everybody has to play their part.
Well, thank you so much.
So you heard him, the minister talking with emphasis, and I think he has a point there. Looking at what we've got all the potentials. We have water surrounding us, so and everybody would have to play their part. Whether you talked about when you get into the market now, you have the prices of fish have gone up, but I think it's something we just have to start gradually. Or don't you agree with me, Professor?
Of course, yeah, it's something we have to start gradually. what I would like to see, along with what the Honourable Minister said, is that, okay, we want to reduce by 25%, then let there be commensurate actions, funding, steps, extension work done in a commensurate manner, far more than that 25% on a yearly basis. That is, how do you need to fund so many fish farmers. You need to have so many equipment and materials put in place. You need to train them. What Lagos State government is doing at Ekpe is something that's highly commendable. They train about 100 farmers, 100 young farmers every year in terms of, is it aquaculture? Is it poultry? You know, that's what state governments should do. And the federal government can even do it for the various states and say, okay, we want to showcase that, yeah, we are doing this, get about 500 youths for each state, that we are, look, this is a land, these are the various facilities, let them key to it, let them start to produce. So, but if you just put your arms and say 25% this year, we'll reduce it by 25% next year, without commensurate actions in place, then the various plans cannot really actualize.
Well, as I always said, it's always a very beautiful and laudable policy. But what we should have done first to have encouraged local farmers first. I have my reason when I said the price of fish is very expensive. It's affecting you, affecting me, affecting everybody. I think what they should have done initially is to make sure that the conditions are conducive for fish farming, for aquaculture people, so that by the time they started banning all these things, it's not going to affect the populace. Because it's the populace that are paying the prices of the government negligence. And these are being negligent, they have been there for so long. I give it to the present administration for coming forward and listening. Agriculture need to be tackled like a business, just like the minister have said. He has a momentum for it. You can see that he has a passion for it. That is the kind of minister we have. We don't give such a ministry to a position that is just going to do the right thing. But we are on the right track, but they just have to be able to support the local productions so that we not really affect the populace.
Okay, what you are expecting the government to do to really support you. You've acknowledged the fact that, oh yeah, we're on the right track, he has got the passion, he seems to know what he's doing, but then some of those value chains will have to
it's very simple. It's just like the proper implementation with appropriate budget of the agricultural transformation agenda, because there's no point having a policy and not being funded. It's going to be like we are being back to square one, and we need more storage facilities. And until the infrastructure can be tackled, no matter how many people not that we cannot do fishing in the marine water, we have so many marine water, but this thing need to be stored in a cold storage. And the electricity we still having problem. Thank God that we are getting there. Because when I watch what happened on Monday, I believe that yes, this administration, they are doing the right thing. And I always convince people that don't worry, give us another 1 year. I'm not even saying 6 months. The president said, give us 6 months. I said, let's give him 1 year, because this is something that we've been trying to fight for the past 53 years. We couldn't get it. And the sector needs government that will listen to the needs of real farmers. When I talk of real farmers this time around, I'm talking of people that are really in this business, not people that just say, oh yeah, there's a money somewhere. Let me tap into it. These are what they call political farmers. We don't need political farmers this time. Just like what has been happening in the fertilizer sector. They might have tried his possible best to make sure that he bridge the gap so that the real farmers can be using it. And funding the Bank of Agriculture is very important, because our Bank of Agriculture have been very redundant. They need to wake them up, give some salt into it so that it could get some spicy instead of just being idle. And establish non-finance microfinance institutions, because we have so many youth farmers that really wanted to go higher than where we are. If you mechanize this farming, trust me, most of these youth will be able to come up and say, because most of this job they are looking for is not there. You might have your master's degree, you might have your BS degree, but the job is not there. Let us be realistic. Even the banks are even downsizing. And by providing adequate farmlands, I'm talking of title farmland, so that you can take the title farmland to the bank that is very bankable, that okay, this is what I have, I use your asset debenture in the farm. Because the problem that we're having again is all these strict conditions that we're giving to farmers before they could give you a loan. And the last one I could say is that there should be a subsidy to this sector. The governor, most of the state governors, I have to give it to them this time around. They are all waking up to the challenges that, yeah, food security is very important, especially in Lagos State. They are doing wonderful. If you've been to most of the farm estate that they have in Lagos State, you will see that, yes, we are getting there. But the National Assembly, they have a role to play, just like the way they are doing now. They need to be challenging the executives when they bring their appropriate bill, not just rubber stamping. Give them query. suggest that why you give 1.52%, which is less than 80 billion naira out of 4.64 trillion naira of our budget. Just give it less than 80 billion to agriculture. Come and explain to us, do you want to starve out in this country? We have to do more, because with this kind of budget, there's going to be a lot of mass unemployment.
All right.